What's going on, people? This is going to be the type of video I do from now on these longer videos. I will be going over things I did right in the drawing, things I did wrong, things I still struggle with, etc. And I hope you enjoy, so let's go. So off the bat, right, so like when it comes to the neck from this angle of the drawing, which is kind of like a top down kind of situation, the neck, I couldn't get it right until the very end, which you'll see, but it's difficult to imagine unless you actually see it for yourself. In real time, it's difficult to imagine how the neck actually looks. You assume it kind of goes in a little bit, but it actually doesn't. So yeah. So the hand here, I was struggling with a little bit, and I still struggle to draw hands because along with the face, and the face is definitely first in this list, but along with the face, the hands are the most expressive way you can show someone's frustration or anger or whatever the emotion is in the picture, or any kind of expression really. So to get the hands right is really important. Like, it's second to only to how the face looks. But I think I nailed the hand roughly, but to me the angle's slightly off, so I think I could be doing better there, but it's not that bad. It's not distracting anyway, that's the point. It can't be distracting. So yeah, when it comes to the neck, as you can see now, I fixed it, but I fixed it. It's alright. It's much better than what it was before. But I in the end I had to take a picture of myself using this pose, just so I could see what it looked like. Without the reference of myself, I couldn't imagine it. I would have just ended up getting it wrong. And then I do the rest of the armor. The armor is the armor I've created in the last manga art video I did. It's funny when it comes to the face at this angle. Drawing the mouth is ridiculously hard because, and you can see I'm constantly messing around with it because I just can't get it right. It doesn't matter what I did in the first hour and so I was drawing this. When I was drawing the face, the mouth just did not look right, and so you'll see later on I ended up changing it. I think I did it well, but it's ridiculously hard to judge the angle, the right angle, and what a facial expression would look like at that angle. Of course, it comes with practice, like everything does. But as I've only been really drawing like this really for about a year or so, and I've only been putting stuff on the YouTube channel for about about a month or so. So I'm still learning and whatnot, but it's difficult. It's difficult. So typically when I'm doing the darker outline, I'm only doing it so that I can color in a lot easier, and it also defines the drawing itself as well, because if without the darker outline, it's still easy to see things, but the darker outline really just, I don't know, it gives it that edge. One thing I think I could do better next time actually though is that I don't know if you can tell this, it's very subtle, right? But if you look at the body angle, the sword angle is like it's very acute. It's very acute angle. Obviously it's like you're looking. It's like you're down looking up at it. But the armor doesn't really look like that. It looks like it's kind of flat-ish. Now, of course, once I add the shadow and stuff like that, it will look better. But it looks kind of flat right now, and I think where I messed up there on the drawing is the kind of like, I don't know, the love handles or the waist. The waist comes in when it shouldn't really come in. If you look at anything, the closer it is to you, the wider it is, or the bigger it is, and the further away it is to you, the narrower it is, right? So the waist should come in more. That's the mistake I made there. But I think I got away with it. So when adding shade, right? So like, it's funny when adding shade because, and you can see I'm trying to add shade to the top lip because that's where shade would be typically. But again, then with the mouth, it just doesn't look right. But overall, when it comes to shade, when I look at like comic books, and I know this is a manga, but when I look at comic books and you look at the shade, it's so specific and so heavily detailed. And even though I know this is like a manga style ish, I try to go that route of making it look as heavily detailed as possible. But again, I'm not quite there yet, especially when it comes to the cross hatching, which is the lines you see underneath the shade. It looks good, but it doesn't look as great as it does in those comic books, or even in manga itself. It doesn't look that great. I try and take both art forms really as much as I can, and change them. So there you go. You can see I changed the face there, and I just took away the top lip and the bottom lip, and so you just have the line, and I think it looks better. But let me know if you think it looks better the other way. To me, it looks the lips look less distracting. They look less distracting. Like, to me, the whole imposing image of the drawing is him holding the sword, right? And you're looking down at him. You feel imposing as you're looking down at him. And so here I'm going over the shadow again on the arms. And again, when I'm looking at the arms, I'm looking at my own arm and seeing where shadow is. I'm also looking at the picture I mentioned earlier and seeing where the shadow is as well. So I think I nailed that, because when it comes to like drawing a human body or anything that has any kind of definition or dense or any kind of depth to it, you can't just draw shade like a straight line. It has to be somewhat I don't know, it has to have some kind of deviation to it. So here I'm adding the light to it, and here right here, so like I tried to do some dramatic lines in the background that you sometimes see in manga, but I just couldn't do it, and I ended up settling with something else. So here I'm doing like the streaks, the eye streaks that you see sometimes in anime, I think. And I think it looks alright. And then of course I'm doing the typical giant slayer thing, which is a manga I came up with that sometime in the future you'll see more of, definitely more of, because it's really cool. And so here I'm just going over the shade or whatnot, and I got rid of the streak lines, obviously. The purple background, I think the purple background fits in perfectly. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I could have done better, but overall I hope you guys liked it, because I really enjoyed creating this. It was fun, right? It was really fun. I was worried, deep down I was worried, because I was like but nah. Anyway, I hope you guys like it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later.